Hello and welcome to Lamplight Crochet. My name is Laura. Today I will be showing you how to make this little 11.5-inch doll cape, and it's closed by a button at the top there. This is almost all double crochet. There's a little bit of single crochet around the collar, and I believe the very edging too all the way around is single crochet. This is a very beginner friendly project. Now the last time I was on, I had shown you how to make a hood, and this is a different color of yarn here because I have two little sweeties who are playing with this and they have to have two sets. But this hood goes with this cape, and so it's an entire ensemble. So this is a 4-weight yarn, probably a red heart. I have a lot of red heart around, so I just use that to make my little projects. And this is made with an H hook, which is a 5mm hook. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to make this cape step by step. Very easy, very quick. Okay, now I have my H hook and my 4-weight yarn, and I want you to leave a tail before you start crocheting. So leave about a 6-inch tail. That is for the button loop on the cape in the front and the end. So we're going to wrap the yarn around our 2 fingers and cross over. All right, and then we turn our hand over, place the hook underneath, and draw that through. We are making a slip knot. We are casting the yarn on the hook. There we go. Now we need to make 15 chain. So we wrap it around and pull it through. Now do this loosely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and go on 15 and I'll meet you there. Okay, we have 15 chains on our hook now. We're going to begin in the second chain from the hook, which means this. You do not begin in the chain where the yarn is coming through. You want to start in the next one over. So we're going to place our hook in that one, wrap around, pull through. We have 2 loops, and then we pull through those 2. Again, put your hook through, wrap around, pull through, wrap around again, and pull through those 2. That is a single crochet. So we are going to go to the very end of this row in a single crochet, and you should have 14 single crochets when you reach the end. We'll see you at the end. All right, we just completed row 1. We are now on to row 2. We should have 14 single crochet. So when we reach the end of row 1, we are going to chain up 2. 1, 2. We turn, and now we are going to start in this very first stitch here. We are going to be doing double crochets from here on out. So we want to wrap around before we insert the hook. So we wrap it around, and we place it into the first one, and we do a double crochet. We're going to do that again in the same first stitch. So we are doing 2 double crochets in the first stitch. There we go. Now, the next 2 stitches will only have 1 double crochet each. So now we go into the next stitch and we do 1 double crochet. The next stitch we do 1 double crochet. Now we repeat that pattern across. 2 double crochet in one stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, I hope that's clear. So here I'll show you again. We do 2. You can count out loud so you don't get confused. 2 in the next one, and then 1 and 1. Repeat that process to the very end of the row, and we'll see you then. Okay, if you completed that last row, you should have 19 double crochet. We do not count the chain 2 at the very beginning. You want to be counting from the top up here, 1, 2, 3, and you count across, and you should have 19 double crochet. When you reach the end of that row, you chain 2 and turn. Now this row is going to be the same thing. We double crochet twice in the first stitch, then we double crochet once in the next one, and once in the one after that. Continue like this to the end of the row, double crochet in one. I kind of got hung up there. Oh, let's go back. 1, 2, 1, 1. 1, 2, 1, 1, and just continue like that across the row. We'll see you at the end. Okay, we just finished row 3. Now you should have 26 double crochet across. Remember, do not start counting this chain 2. That does not count. So you count 26 across, and I want to tell you that you will not always complete that pattern of 2, 1, 1 every single row perfectly. You will not do that. Okay, so you just go as far as you can go within that pattern, and you end on the last stitch. Okay, so this row, row 3, ended on 2 in the last double crochet stitch. So it ended on a 2. All right, 2 and 1. Now I have done 2 chains. I'm turning. Now this row is slightly different. This row is row 4, and we will do 2 double crochet in the first stitch. Then we will do 1 double crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, because we are expanding the cape. So we will go 1 double crochet, next stitch 1 double crochet, next stitch 1 double crochet, and we will repeat that pattern across this row 4, which is 2, 1, 1, 1. So I'll see you at the end of row 4. Now we just finished row 4, which was 2 double crochet in the first one and 1 double crochet in the next 3. Once you have finished, you will have ended on the first single crochet after 2 double crochet in 1. Okay, so the first one, like I said, you won't finish that pattern every time. So we chain up 2, 1, 2, we turn. We are now on row 5, and row 5 will be expanding more. So we go into the very first stitch and we do 2 double crochet, and this time we will do 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So that would be 1, next one 2, next stitch 3, you can count out loud, next stitch 4. So we have 2 in the first one and 1 in the next 4. We are going to repeat that across row 5. 1, 2, and then begin recounting again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Continue to the very end, and I'll see you there. All right, we just completed row 5. We will do 1 more row of increase the same way. Now, I did not tell you back on row 4, this one down here, you should have had 33 stitches, double crochets. In row 5, you should end on 40. Okay, so now we chain 2, and we turn, and we are going to row 6. We're going to do our 2 double crochet in the very first stitch. And then we will do 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1 in the next one, 2 in the next one, 3 in the next one, 4 in the next one, and now our 5th double crochet, number 5. We completed the pattern, so we will repeat 2 double crochet in the next one, 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches to the end of the row. You should end on 49. All right, we'll see you there. Okay, that very last row, row 6, which is the last row of the cape body, you should have ended on 47. So I'm correcting myself. That is 47 double crochet stitches in in row 6. All right, so then we went to chain 2 and turn this on its side. All right, we went to chain 2 because we are turning a corner. Always give yourself extra space with your yarn to turn corners. You don't want it to draw things up. So we are turning this on its side, and we are going to do single crochets across this edge. Now the rule of thumb is about 2 single crochets per double crochet stitch, because we are going into a double crochet stitch. But if you think you need to do another one, do this loosely by the way, then do another one. There's no set rule. There's not going to be a set number of stitches across this row. You are forming the edge of the cape. Now I am going to go into this one right here, which is the base of a row, and that's not in a double crochet stitch. And see, I made a stitch there. So now I'm going to go on into the double crochet, and I try to go, don't go fully behind it, try to go in it, because when you go in it, that closes gaps. So 1, 2, see how I'm going in it? I'm not going all behind the stitch because that will cause a gap all the way across. So I'm going inside the double crochet stitch and making a single crochet. And then I'm going to go down into the base of that row again. So basically that's what I'm going to be doing across. Now if you want to do a few more than I do, feel free to do it, because it is your project and you want it to look right according to how you crochet. And you won't even want to do it exactly the same way yourself. Sometimes you'll say, oh well, I don't need to make a stitch there. So don't do it. And if you need to make up extra room, do another one. All right, so do basically 2 single crochets per double crochet. See there, I don't need another one. So I'm going into the base there. All the way to the end. We will get to the end and they will double chain, do 2 double chains, do 2 chains, turn and single crochet in each stitch across this row, and I will meet you back at where the tail is coming out. Okay, we'll see you there. Okay, I have done 1 single crochet all along the edge here, about 2 of them per 1 double crochet stitch. I went to the top and I did 2 chains. Then I turned my work and I did 1 single crochet per stitch across the collar. Now I'm at the other end where you have that little tail that I told you to leave. And I'm going to chain 2 because I'm turning a corner. And I'm going to go down this side just the same as the other side. All right, that's our last part. So we're going to just single crochet into the side here. It's not going to be the most cleanest, easiest work, but just get her done and you'll have yourself a beautiful little cape. And I'll show you the finished product here, because we don't need to, I don't need to show you the rest. You know what to do now. So I am going to crochet clear down to the very corner, fasten off, and then I'm going to come back up here where this piece is left that I told you, you see, and you're folding it in like this. This piece is going to be your button hoop, all right? Now, it can go either way. If you want to turn your work this way or that way, it doesn't matter. I believe that I must have turned my work this way because I know the button hoop is on the left. So we'll do the button hoop with this piece right here, and what I did was I brought it back down inside and tied it underneath. Okay, so let me show you your final product here. Alright, this one is one I made of the same color of yarn, and I haven't put my button on yet, but it just goes right over here. You're just going to eye it. But here's my hoop. See that on the side of the cape? And then I placed my button over here. Do I have that one still around? I don't think I do. Right, I took it back in the other room. So here we just have a button that we can button over about I think it's a little 1/2 inch button. Button over like this, and you have your final project. Very cute to place with your hat. Okay, there you go. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy your little project for an 11.5 inch doll. And we'll see you back here next time. I'll have a July the 4th project made out of red, white, and blue. We'll see you then.